Imran Gadzi, Hamza, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk, they all have one thing in common, and it's separating them from the likes of you. They love to work. They have hundreds of millions of pounds behind them, and they don't have to work a single day unless they want to. So how can you expect to beat the competition, to get to this echelon of success when you don't even enjoy the work you're doing? You don't love completing tasks. Whereas these guys who have unlimited money, they can live forever with whatever lifestyle they want, still wake up and are still motivated to do the work. You need a change. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you the dopamine timeline, the simple process of how you can swap from procrastination, unmotivation, and a lack of drive to complete the tasks to falling in love with the grind and constantly craving work completion. Let's get into it. Hello, I'm Dylan, I'm 18 and I coach unproductive people to turn productive once and for all. I personally went on a productivity journey myself with over 5,000 hours or 210 days straight wasted away. I played Call of Duty, I played other video games, but generally I had no progression towards business, towards what I wanted to do with my life, and it kept me stuck in this rut of procrastination. I didn't enjoy working, I hated sitting down, I hated doing things that I needed to do, but now I have changed my life around. I effortlessly and easily breeze through large amounts of my work for my business, for my education, for my personal development goals, and I'm going to be helping you do the same thing in this video. By the end of this video, after you implement the advice I will give you, I am sure that you will love your work more. If you put in the effort and take the actionable steps I give you and implement them, you will enjoy your work, you'll love it, you'll crave it, and you'll make more progress than you ever have before because you're actually internally driven to get it done. Let's get into it. So there's a 4-step process to the dopamine timeline. So you have the cue, response, reward, timeline system. So when you do work, what is the trigger? You look at your to-do list, or you have an email come in from your education, from your workplace, or something you need to do. The cue of you needing to do work, of you knowing you need to do the task. That is the cue. You realize what you have to do. The response is whether you complete the task. You see the email come in saying, please finish this document and send it to us, and then you complete the task. You do the work and you send it off, and then the reward is you get paid, or you get a good grade, or you realize the task you need to do is going to the gym, and then after you've gone to the gym and hit a really good workout, not only do you get the reward of the endorphins and the dopaminergic response, but maybe you have a nice healthy meal afterwards and it makes you feel good, feel satiated, and feel healthy and happy, which is the reward from the system. So the cue, realize what task you need to do. The response, do the task, implement the work, make the work happen. And then the reward is make sure you have something substantial at the end of the completion of the work that you usually don't have, to ensure that you properly reinforce the work you've just done. And step 4 with the timeline is be realistic on how long you think it's going to take to enjoy work. Because people think, oh, I'm just going to do it for a couple of days and then I'll be in this rhythm of enjoying the grind. I'll make more progress than I ever have before, but that's unrealistic. You don't jump in the gym and do 100 kilos on bench press immediately. You build it up incrementally, 20 kilos on the bar, then 22, then 24, then 26, until you build up to that 100 kilo mark. And it's the same in productivity, in this discipline, in this loving the work you're doing. You need to give yourself at least 21 days. 21 days is how long it takes to reinforce a habit in the brain, and working hard and being disciplined and being productive is just a habit. It's just a response. It's just a reflex for the brain, for the body, for you. So if you give yourself 21 days, or whether you track that in the habit tracker I've made specifically for people like you, linked in the top link in the description, or you just write on your wall to keep track of what you're doing, title it something like completed work or loving the work, and just track how many days you do this new response reward system and aim for 21. But I know what you're thinking. How can I do the work? How can I respond? I know what I need to do, but I can't find the motivation to do it. Here is the steps for you. So there's 2 pieces of advice I give you. Number 1 is friction. A lot of people know this one already. It's easier to do the work if you can get into the work easier. Once you've done the work for 5 minutes, you're more likely to complete the task by 42% more likely. So just get into the work for 5 minutes, by reducing the friction. If you know you need to use your laptop the next day, keep your laptop open with the tasks that you need to complete, the documents you need to edit, or the files you need to open. Keep them at hand on the computer so you don't waste time and have this decision fatigue, this friction, this barrier of entry between you and the work the next day, because when you open your laptop, it's all there. There's no searching, there's no friction, there's no issue stopping you from getting into that 5 minutes of work, which will turn into the full task. Secondly, and this one may get a bit of slack, is to chronological intensity plan your day. So I'll put an example on screen here. I plan this in my app. I purposely put the easy tasks first. Unless you're this disciplined, driven, hard-working individual who can at the snap of his fingers dive into the hardest task of his day and complete it and eat the frog, which is amazing if you can, but the majority of people are in procrastination mode. Their dopamine receptors aren't exactly sensitized to the most optimal position because we're constantly consuming social media and we're keeping ourselves stuck in this procrastination loop. So start off small. Make your bed, cold shower, organize your desktop, and then do the work because you've built up the momentum. When you write down cold shower, make bed, organize desktop, and you tick it off, and then when you do the work, you do work block 1, you're then so much more likely to complete it and to be able to get into the work because you've built up the dopamine, you've released motivation, and they're stacking on top of each other, allowing you to enter the work with inertia, with movement, with momentum, and you're more likely to complete it. That is my response for you. And obviously, if you're thinking about what to reward yourself with, please do not reward yourself with something that's going to take away from the effort you've just done. If you go to the gym and that's the task completed, don't reward yourself with more calories than you burn, because obviously that's counterintuitive. And the same with productivity. If you do a good productive bank of work, don't waste your time on social media frying your dopamine receptors, because obviously that is not a progressive task to do. Try and find rewards that aren't going to take away from the progress you've just made and use that as the reward for this system. And remember, 21 days is the exact time it will take you to reinforce this habit. And if you need more help, if you don't know the reward, you don't know the task you need to do, or you don't have any strategies to make sure you complete the work 100% of the time, the top link in the description will take you to my productivity performance plan, where I'm changing lives forever. You will have 20 out of 30 days guaranteed productive and planned within one month of working with me, or I'll work with you 100% for free until you get that result. Risk-free, guaranteed productivity. I'll give you my exclusive strategy, my personal phone number, so I can hold your hand through the trials and tribulations of productivity. You'll get my exclusive award-winning physical planner for free. And if that sounds interesting, check it out. Thank you for watching.